Two containers A and B have the same base area of 0.03 meters squared. Container A is filled with water to depth of 0.6 meters. Container B is filled with oil of density 800 kg per meter cube to a depth of 0.8 meters. Take gravity, which is G, to be 10 meters per second squared. I. Calculate the pressure at the base of each container. II. Determine which container exerts a greater force on its base. Okay, let's solve it. So we have our solution. Okay, so in this question, we have two containers, that is container A and container B. And these two containers have the same base area, which is 0.03 meters squared. So let's represent the area to be A, which is equal to 0.03 meters squared. Okay, container A was filled with water to a depth of 0.6 meters. So let's make it the depth to be, that's the height, to be HA for the height of container A, 0.6 meters. Okay, container B is filled with oil of density 800 kg per meter cube. So density of B is 800 kg per meter cube. Okay, and its depth, that's the height. Let's make it HO or HB, sorry, 0.8 meters. But we know the density of water to be 1000 kg per meter cube. So density of A, that's the water, with 1000 kg per meter cube. And gravity was also given, which was 10 meters per second squared. Okay. So we have to calculate for the pressure at the base of each container. But we know pressure to be equal to density times gravity times height. So in container A, pressure, let's make the pressure in container A to be PA, which is equal to, that's the density of A times gravity times the height of A. So this will be equal to 1000 times 10, that's the gravity, times the depth, which is 0.6. Okay, so PA will be equal to, let's use our calculator, so 1000 times 10 times 0.6, which will be equal to 6000. We'll have 6000 Pascal. Okay, let's move on to pressure in container B. That will be PB. So PB will be equal to, that's the density of the oil, which is 800 times the gravity times the depth of the oil, which is 0.8. So PB will be equal to, let's use our calculator, 800 times 10 times 0.8, which will be 6400. 6400 Pascal. Okay, So we are done with I. Let's move on to II. So in II, determine which container exerts a greater force on its base. So before we can be able to identify which of them has greater force on its base, we first need to calculate for the force for the two containers before we can then determine which of them has greater force. So we know pressure, which is P, to be force over area. So therefore, force will be equal to pressure times area. So let's make force in container A to be Fa. So Fa will be equal to pressure in A is Pa times the area. This will be equal to pressure in A is 6,000. So 6,000 times the area, which is 0.03. So Fa will be equal to, let's use a calculator, so 6,000 times 0.03, which will give us 180. So 180 Newton. Please don't forget the unit, it is in Newton. We are done with the force in A. Let's go on to the force in B. So let's name it FB. So FB will be equal to, that's the pressure in B, sorry, so pressure in B times area, which will be equal to pressure in B was 640, so 604, 6,400 times the area, which is 0.03. So force in B will be equal to, by using a calculator, 6,400 times 0.03. This will give us 192 Newton. So comparing the two forces, we can identify that force B has greater in container B. Container B has greater force on its base than container A. So therefore, because the force in container B is greater than container A. Therefore, let me continue here. Therefore, so let me write here. Therefore, container B exerts greater force than container A. Thank you very much. Please like, leave a comment, share this video, and lastly, follow and subscribe for more. Bye bye.